All right, you guys, it's that time again. It is Wednesday, 9/17/2025. Already more than halfway through September, and that means we are entering week 3 of the NFL season. And so today, we're going to break down my wins and losses from week 2, and we're going to give you my week 3 picks. And that all starts right now. All right, everybody, welcome back in to Interverse Uncharted. My name is John. This is my Week 3 NFL Picks video. And, man, Week 2 was crazy. There's some crazy stuff that went on in Week 2. We're going to go over all of my wins and losses for that. We're going to go through them rather quickly. Kind of like last week, there's really no need to truly break down each and every game. There are a million different platforms at which that occurs. I'm just going to tell you which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong. We might talk some brief little pieces of things, like all the quarterbacks in the league that got hurt and are gone and out and all sorts of stuff. It was a crazy week for injuries. But otherwise, I'm just glad that you guys are all here. Right there, bam! We're putting up those socials again. Please, 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 please like, follow, share, subscribe to all of them. All of them, spread the word. Share this video on Facebook, on Instagram, on Threads, on Vine. Doesn't even exist anymore. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Twitter, X, Blue Sky, whatever, Go and share it on all of those things. Try to get some eyes on the product for sure. And hopefully we get some more really cool stuff happening in the near future. I'm really happy to have you guys all here again. Socials, hanging out. Please, 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 please drop a like on this video. Share this video. Tell your friends about this video. It is the reason that you guys all wake up in the morning. It's the reason you roll out of bed. It is the brightness of your life is this video right here, right now, as we're about to break down my week 2 picks. Let's do it. All right. Handy dandy weird legal pad. Steve from Blue's Clues wishes. All right. The Thursday game. It was Commanders at Packers. We all know who I picked. I always pick the Pack. Every time, pick the Pack. All the time, pick the Pack. And the Pack did exactly what we thought they would do, and they rolled through Washington. That takes me up 1, so Pack win. Jags at Bengals, I picked the Bengals, and the Bengals did pull off the win, losing Joe Burrow for what will likely be the remainder of the season. The injury stems about 12 weeks, which would put him in mid-December, like December 13th, 14th, 15th, something in there. By then, the season could be well over for the Bengals, depending on how how Browning does as backup. It'll be a weird thing to see for them, but they did still pick up that win. Browning did not look very good, but it's going to be about keeping them. Now it's about head above water. That's where you're at now. Giants and Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys. The Cowboys did win. This was a shootout. And so here's my problem, right? Are the Eagles just that bad, right? Where the Cowboys and the Eagles have this, just back and forth, is defensive ball game where I think the highest score in that was like 24 points. Then you get to this game where they get up to like 38 points, go to overtime, and have to win it on a Brandon Aubrey field goal. Now, I mean, the Cowboys aren't that good. The Giants, you could argue, have potential if Russ can look kind of how he looked for the first 4 quarters of that ball game, minus what he looked like in overtime. Are the Eagles just that, are they mid? Because even the game with the Chiefs wasn't the most impressive thing that I've seen out of the Eagles. But For the Cowboys to have to literally drag race with the Giants, that's pretty crazy. But I did pick the Cowboys, and the Cowboys did pick up the win. Onto Bears at Lions. I picked the Lions, and the Lions did win, and that was met with a really icy handshake from Ben Johnson to MCDC as well as Jared Goff. Obviously, he can't be too chummy when they put up a 50 bomb on the Bears. Oh, excuse me. But nonetheless, what a dog race that one was too, and the Lions looking just like they looked last year, meaning that either A, they're going to be kind of hit or miss this year, or B, the Packers are just that damn good. Good enough to adjust my whole screen. That's what I'm talking about. So I picked the Lions over the Bears. Lions get that win. Rams at Titans, I picked the Rams. The Rams win. The Titans just... It's going to be a long year if you're a Titans fan. Patriots at Dolphins. Again, the Dolphins were favored. This was one of the ones I went against the favor. But I picked the Patriots over the Dolphins, and the Patriots did pick up the win. 49ers at Saints. I picked the 49ers. Nothing else needs to be said. The 49ers pick up that win. Bills at Jets. I picked the Bills over the Jets. The Bills did win. Justin Fields out at least next week in concussion protocol. He is another quarterback that will be missing this upcoming week. Seahawks at Steelers. I picked the Steelers. The Steelers lost to the Seattle Seahawks, and my boy Torrey Horton scores his first career NFL touchdown. He looked like an absolute dog out there, and I loved every second of it. And the more reps they're going to give him, the better he's going to look. Let's just remember that that man was literally one game away from breaking Davante Adams' record for the Mountain West Conference. He was one game away, and he got injured for all of his last season at Colorado State, minus the very first game of the year. Had he gotten to play another game, arguably a game and a half, he would have broke Davante Adams' record. He is an absolute stud. He's going to look amazing this year. Love Torrey. Great for him. Great for his family. Very happy to see him get in the end zone. They gave him the ball. It was absolutely amazing. Good for Torrey. I did pick the Steelers because I thought Aaron Rodgers looked really good week one, but he just did not hold up week two, and that defense is getting tested right at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get run down their throats. It's going to be a weird year for them, but I did pick the Steelers, and the Steelers did lose that one. On to Browns at Ravens. I picked the Ravens, and the Ravens ravened. So the Ravens do win that one, and I move on. Into the afternoon games, Broncos at Colts. I picked the Colts. This is another one I went against the spread with Denver being -2. And the Colts do pick up a win. Everybody can argue the questionable leverage call at the end of the game. I don't know that it's about a specific amount of force as much as it is about the refs looking for two hands on the back, especially on the back of the center, and that did occur. I also don't think that he absolutely jammed this dude down to get up, but what they're looking for is going to be point of contact, and the point of contact was there. It moved him up to 15 yards for the Colts to kick that game-winning field goal after they already missed the 60-yarder. The Colts ended up on the side of luck for that one, but Daniel Jones looks like an absolute stud right now, which is crazy to say. My dad was a lifelong Giants fan. I can't believe I'm saying this. He's probably cheering in heaven right now, but let me tell you something. Daniel Jones looks like an absolute stud right now. That team has not punted the ball yet this season. It's crazy. Watch those Colts. It's going to be crazy to see how they do and how long Daniel Jones can maintain his momentum. Panthers at Cardinals. I picked the Cardinals. The Panthers are going to panther, and the Cardinals did pick up that win, so I got that one as well. Eagles at Chiefs. Philly's -1. Philly was -1, and I picked the Eagles over the Chiefs. The Chiefs do lose that game. The Eagles win, which gives me that point as well. And let me say, again, this game will be the game that goes down as the end of the tush push. They're going to obviously get it through this season. They're not going to change that rule halfway. But this game just showed over and over again, time and time again, that the tush push is broken. And now you can see that they're lining up incorrectly, that the Eagles are offsides almost every time. The center is in front of the ball. You can't be. You got to have the ball in the correct position. It's just not the correct form of football. And while I'm not a fan of banning plays. This is as a Packers fan, and we were the team that wanted the ban in the offseason. I don't I don't believe in necessarily banning plays just because other teams can't seem to figure it out. But the Eagles are now trying to find weird little niches, and the refs better start looking for it. I bet this week you start to see a little bit of, like, maybe some penalties on offsides or lining up on the wrong side of the ball. All sorts of weird stuff is going to happen. But what I'm going to say is I think this game will go down as that check box for the end of the tush push. On to the next, the night game. It was Falcons at Vikings. I picked the Vikings because J.J. McCarthy looked like a stud in the fourth quarter of his first game. It just did not carry over this time. The Falcons ended up picking up the win, and I lose that one. J.J. McCarthy is going to be out 2 to 5 weeks with an ankle injury, putting in Carson Wentz, which is just insanity. I also didn't mention earlier with the 49ers game that Brock Purdy is going to be out. Again, an additional, I feel like they're going to go week to week, but I think I heard 2 to 3 on the McAfee show today, which makes Mac Jones their quarterback as well. But back to the Vikings. The Vikings are down. J.J. McCarthy and the veteran Carson Wentz steps in. This system has notoriously been good with veteran quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins had a resurgence there. Case Keenum had a resurgence there. So we will see exactly how they do next week with Carson at quarterback. But I did lose that one because I chose the Vikings over the Falcons, and the Falcons pick up that win. On to the Monday games. Buccaneers at Texans. Houston was favored 2.5. This is the third game that I went against the spread on. I chose the Bucs over the Texans, and I got that one right. Baker Mayfield still shows that he is absolutely clutch when that clock is winding down and they have to get in the end zone. They have to get points on the board. Baker's a stud. He looks absolutely amazing. That team is going to go far. On the other hand, the Texans, who were an absolute powerhouse last year, are 0-2. And statistically, once you hit 0-3, the playoffs start to slip away a little bit. The extra game in a season starts to make it look a little better, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tight. Those Texans have to win this upcoming week. But I chose Bucs over Texans, and the Bucs did get that one. Chargers at Raiders to finish off the week. I chose the Raiders because they looked absolutely insane in Las Vegas week 1, but the Chargers had their number the whole night. Geno threw 3 picks. It just did not look the way that it looked week 1. The Chargers might be the real deal in that division. And they have 3 divisional games to start the season. They played the Chiefs last week, the Raiders this week, the Broncos next week. So it's going to be absolutely crazy to see how that breaks down for them. But they are 2-0 right now. And I picked the Raiders. The Raiders lost. That means I went 12-3 on the week, 22-9 on the season. 22-9 so far. Honestly, it's not bad. 2 weeks, picks wise, I lost 6 the first, 3 the second. It could be vastly worse. And who knows? This week might be the week that it gets vastly worse because now we're going to talk week 3 picks. All right. Here we go. The Thursday game tomorrow. The tomorrow game. Thursday. This game should have been flexed. I don't give a shit what anybody says. This game should have been flexed because one half of it can't play football. Sorry. Dolphins at Bills. Buffalo favored by 12.5. Give me the Bills. The Bills are absolutely in Buffalo. Josh Allen. He's going to run all over that team. Give me the Bills over the Dolphins. Into the Sunday slate. Go Pack Go. Packers at Browns. Packers favored by 8 right now. The Packers are going to Packer. Micah Parsons, number 1. He's going to go and get a sack. That team looks absolutely stellar on both sides of the ball. Jordan Love still has some sloppy plays here and there, but he's going to be allowed to do it this year because he actually has a defense. When you trust your defense, you can open up that offense a little bit. We trust him. The team trusts him. The players trust him. We're down Jaden Reed probably for the year. I'm not losing any sleep about it because we have a set of dogs in that wide receiver room itching to just get hands on the ball. Matthew Golden gets to step up this week. Dontavian Wicks looked sick last week. And let's not forget our boy Tucker Kraft burning people's houses down. The Pack are going to pack. Let's go. Taking the Packers over the Browns. Colts at Titans. Indianapolis favored by 3.5. Give me the Colts. The Titans are dead in the water. They have a lot of learning to do this year and a lot of growing to do. I don't think that they're done for forever. I think there's gonna be a lot of development on that team. Once Cam Ward really gets settled in, I think that he's gonna have potential there. But for right now, they don't look good. But the Colts behind Daniel Jones, they do look good. Give me the Colts over the Titans. Bengals at Vikings. Minnesota favored by 3. Both teams backup quarterbacks. Jake Browning for the Bengals and Carson Wentz for the Vikings. Give me the Vikings. I don't like saying that. I really, my heart wants the Bengals to win that ball game. But I just don't think Jake Browning is going to be enough. Whereas on the other side of the ball, I think Wentz will be just enough. They are also injury riddled. They still are down Addison this week to suspension. Aaron Jones just went to IR. It's going to be a rough go for them as well. But I mean, out of the race of the crippled horses, I do think that the Vikings are going to pull this one off. Give me the Vikings over the Bengals. Steelers at Patriots. Steelers favored by 1.5. I am once again going to go with the Steelers. The Patriots did look good this week, and they did pick up a win behind Drake May, who looked a lot better this week than in previous weeks. Just being somebody who is a Packers fan, it is so hard to doubt Aaron Rodgers week after week after week. It's tough because he finds ways to win. He definitely is a dog out there. He's on the older side, and things are going to be tougher for him this season for that. But with that being said, he threw 2 picks last week, and if I know anything as a Packers fan, he's going to try to not have that happen. He had such a long streak with the Packers of not throwing interceptions or only throwing 1 or 2 a season. He's already at the cap. He wants to get better. He wants to win. He wants to make Mike Tomlin look good. I'm going to take the Steelers over the Patriots. The Steelers defense does need to tighten up, though. Okay, Rams at Eagles with Philly favored by 3.5. Give me the Rams. They're both 2-0. I think that the Rams look really good. McVay tore his patellar, he has some weird injury from running on the sidelines, plantar fasciitis, something like that. He is injured as well, but I do think that team is finally going to start utilizing their weapons. They actually finally got Puka and Adams to look like a team and to be a good 1-2 duo. I think that they're going to just keep utilizing that and drilling away. Philly has not been that impressive this year. Like both games now, they 20 points for this last game, something like that, 2021. And against the Cowboys, they got 24. They're not going to get you in the leg race here. And they can't push their way for 4 downs every time. There will be a team this year that does have their number, and I think right now, if I had to gamble on it, I would take the Rams over the Eagles. So that will be my against the spread pick so far. Give me the Rams over the Eagles. Jets at Buccaneers. Tampa Bay favored by 7. Give me the Buccaneers. The Jets going to a backup quarterback as well, with Justin Fields out this week in concussion protocol. The Bucs just look unstoppable. They have their moments of having mistakes, but I mean, it's tough to not trust Baker right now. Give me the Bucs over the Jets. Commanders at Raiders. Washington favored by 3.5. Jaden Daniels is questionable, and he's not practicing until Friday, leading the way for possibly Marcus Mariota to start for the Commanders. That's going to be tough. If they end up having to make the swap, it does affect that game, in my own opinion, and the Raiders can capitalize on it. But as of right now, I'm going to take the Commanders over the Raiders. Geno throwing 3 picks and just looking absolutely uncomfortable last week. I don't have a ton of faith in that going into this week. The Commanders are a good football team. The Packers didn't let them look like a good football team, but they are a good football team. Down Austin Eckler for the year as well. Sad to see a torn Achilles, and he's such a good player and a good human being, so that's sad. But give me the Commanders over the Raiders. I think regardless, even if Mariota plays, if he can just be consistent, they have a chance to win that ballgame. Falcons at Panthers. Falcons favored by 6. Give me the Falcons. The Panthers, everybody was talking before the season started that the Panthers got it figured out. They don't. They don't have it figured out. They still look exactly the same as last year. They have some upsides. Chuba Hubbard is great. Leggett is great. I don't see it right now, and I think the Falcons are starting to roll a little bit, so give me the Falcons over the Panthers. Texans at Jags. The Jags are favored by 2. Excuse me. And I am going to take the Texans against the spread this time. They do not want to start this year off 0-3. They need to clean it up this week for sure. They need their players to be good. I know they have some injuries on their team as well, but I think that this is as early in the season as you can say it, this is a must-win ball game for Houston. If you go 0-3, your playoff hopes start to drift away. Even this early in the year, just ask the Bengals, who've had to foot race all the way to the playoffs multiple years, starting 0-2, 0-3 in that area. So I think the Texans are going to come out looking to make sure that that's not their future. Give me the Texans over the Jags. On to the afternoon games on Sunday. Broncos at Chargers. Chargers favored by 3. Give me the Chargers. There's no reason right now for me to believe that they're going to look any worse than they have the last couple weeks. They look really good. And the Broncos, while Bo Nix looked really hot week 1 and he looked all right week 2, he still threw an interception late, which just lost their hope on that game. I think the Broncos are still young enough that there's going to be some errors like that happening. The Chargers behind Harbaugh, though, especially this season, they're going for the jugular. Harbaugh said that it is his responsibility to get Herbert to the Hall of Fame, and man, he's starting off this year looking like an absolute stud. So give me the Chargers over the Broncos. Saints at Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 7.5. Give me the Seahawks. Give me another Torrey Horton touchdown. I just think that team is starting to come into their own. Sam Darnold still has some lapses. He doesn't look the same as he looked with the Vikings, but I mean, I think you could say that about every quarterback who's come out of Minnesota since. Keenum didn't look as good after the Vikings. Cousins didn't look as good after the Vikings, and now he's kind of in the weeds too. But I think that their team is the most well-rounded, and the Saints are obviously, behind Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is 0-7 as a starter. 0-7 as a starter. I just have no faith that they're going to recover from that right now. Give me the Seahawks over the Saints. Cowboys at Bears. Dallas is only favored by 1, and I think that that's an atrocity. I hate both teams. Both teams are crap. I just can't stand either team or their fan bases. Can't stand it. Give me the Cowboys over the Bears because the Bears are going to bear way worse than the Cowgirls are going to cowgirl. Okay? Bears still suck. Give me the Cowboys. Cardinals at 49ers. The 49ers are favored by 2.5, and that is with Mac Jones as the starter. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. The Cardinals are arguably the worst 2-0 team, but I'm still going to take the Cardinals over the Niners. If the Niners can get the run game going, it's going to be fine, but like Mac Jones has looked rough in other places. Can he be better under Kyle Shanahan? Maybe. This might be one of those games that I lose just kind of on the denseness of wanting to believe that an injured quarterback does change how that team structures out a little bit. But I do think that the Cardinals, even if it's a close game, I think the Cardinals are going to take this one. Give me the Cardinals over the Niners. Sunday night, this game should have been flexed. Chiefs at Giants. The battle of the 0-2 squads. The Mahomes era being dead. Dead. Is Mahomes dead? Is Travis Kelce dead? Is Taylor Swift available? I want to take the Giants. So bad I want to take the Giants. Kansas City is favored by 6.5. Give me Kansas City. I just can't see a world right now where the Giants beat the Kansas City Chiefs. It is in the Meadowlands. Russ looked like a stud last week. Mahomes has looked a lot slower. He's their leading runner, but everything else about their game right now is just not what it used to be. So, in my opinion, this is going to be a much closer ball game than it should be. I hope I'm wrong, and hopefully the Chiefs kind of get their head out of their asses, but I do think it's going to be closer than we want it to be. Give me the Chiefs over the Giants. And on to the Monday night game, Lions at Ravens. Ravens favored by 5. Look, if the Lions look like they looked this week, there's a chance that they win this ball game. I think that both teams have powerhouse offenses if everything goes the exact right way. My problem is that Baltimore has the best offense in the league right now. I just don't see. What I think is that this is going to be an absolute barn burner of a game. I think if there was going to be a game this week that just looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing, it's going to be this game. Give me the Ravens over the Lions. It's just going to be tough, man. You're like a defense containing Lamar is tough. Lamar is currently obviously the favorite for MVP, and that's early as hell. to say that, but it's gonna be tough for me to say that Lamar is just gonna get dogged out by that Lions defense. If Hutch can get going and they can, maybe get some turnovers, something like that, you have a shot at it. But I mean, Derrick Henry needs to get his head out of his ass, stop fumbling the ball. But outside of that, I think the Ravens have the physical advantage under almost every category for currently almost every team. I don't know that they've faced a team yet that just like absolutely stifles them, except for the Bills, and that was absolutely to the wire. And we all know, like, the fumble and Jair Alexander cost them that ball game. And Jai didn't play last week. I wonder why, right? As a Packers fan, as a guy wearing a Jair Alexander signed hat, what I can tell you is he's injured a lot. He's inactive a lot. He's unreliable a lot. And I love Jai. Jai gave us the "I'm here to tell you Pack is back." I love that. I do it every week. I love it. He's unreliable, and there's a reason the Packers parted way with him as we're on a defensive build right now. But I don't know that all matters. I think this is another one of those times where if the Ravens get out in front and they make the Lions have to chase them, then it's a problem. That's just how I feel about that. That's my picks for week 3. The results for week 2 were earlier in the video, obviously, if you've followed along this whole time. If you haven't, go back and check those out too. I'm doing pretty good this year so far. Like I said, 22 and 9? That's good. All right, you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Video's at about 25 minutes. Keeping it normal this time. Socials. Bam. Right there. And remember to do more than simply exist and come with me into week 3 of the NFL season. Go Pack, go.